Hello guys, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin altcoins, DXY. By the way, how's DXY doing? DXY and everything else, of course. And we got our first announcement. Mladen, congratulations, Mladen. You know, the TI expert in the chat became a father yesterday. So, you know, congrats, man. Enjoy the baby. And like I just wrote in the chat, you know, best advice I can give you, like, help your wife. You know, tell her to eat well, you know, and do everything around the house, you know. So, because they're really tired when they get the baby. Now, in China, for example, you know, first month, they have this tradition, first month after, you know, wife gets the baby, the mother is supposed to lie in bed for 1 whole month and not do literally anything. You know, so you see how, you know, some cultures have this, you know, thing where they, you know, take care of the mother after the birth. But I don't know, the first 6 months, like, your wife is gonna be terribly tired, you know, no sleep whatsoever. You know, the first 3 weeks it's okay because she's very motivated, but after that, you know, sleep kind of gets to her, and she'll be very grumpy if you are not, you know, cooking, cleaning, doing everything she can, so she can just sleep and, you know, feed the baby. So there is that, but, you know, but after the 6 months, man, it's just, you know, fun and games. So there is that. After 6 months, you can tell her, go back to the kitchen, woman, you know, no problem whatsoever. She's gonna be very happy to go back in the kitchen after 6 months. Anyways, man, again, Mladen, congratulations with the baby. That said, everybody else, how you doing, guys? Rolo, morning, how you doing? Edward, what's up? S, good morning. Peter, 10k incoming. Is the 10k incoming? That's the big question. Maybe not. We're gonna see that. I know that, you know, the guy from that movie, that's The Big Short. You know the guy I'm talking about. Yeah, he's big, you know, he's very shorting the market, but he's been shorting the market for a long time now. So, you know, he's gonna be right this time that we are gonna get, you know, immense capitulation on the, you know, economy and the world. Depends. Mladen is in chat. Techno Vikings, morning everyone. Fredo, what's up? Eric, what's up? Alex, hoping to hold the range to push just a bit higher, maybe 17.5, maybe 17.5, but I think right now it looks more likely that we're gonna retest this at 16k or something like that. Maybe this looks like a pennant that failed to break towards the upside. We're getting this 50 moving. We're gonna talk about that. Just buy and hold is my game. Morning Bjorn, how you doing, man? Nate Spurs, yo. Eric, enjoy the baby. Congratulations. Let me see up there. Welcome to the club. Yeah, Mladen, welcome to the, you know, daddy club. Mladen, be saying, man. Good morning, VTube and everybody in the chat. I've heard he stopped shorting. Nah, I don't think he stopped shorting. I don't know. There we go. Morning, everybody. How you guys doing? So let's talk about Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin has literally been in this range. Yesterday, when we did the stream, we were around, you know, this candle over here. I thought it was, you know, we could, you know, push up here for, you know, towards the upside a little bit. We did, but we failed to break, you know, certain levels of resistance up here. As you can see up here, over here, we failed to break, you know, 17.69, 17.70. That was very important. We failed to break that. We came to that resistance. We came to the trend line. We got rejected. So kind of, you know, 1, 2, 3 very close rejections up here, you know, one after the other. And right now we're getting these big red candles towards downside. Not only that, we are actually indeed breaking the trend towards downside. You can see up here, very nice touches on the line, and we are right now breaking the trend. Although this trend is broken down to the 20 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame, there is probability that this can actually break towards upside. But right now, just like yesterday, although there was more probability towards upside, I think right now there is more probability towards downside. But we are still in this pennant up here that we are, you know, trading in. Whether we're gonna, you know, retest the pennant on the downside or not, I'm a little bit unsure about that. But this line is getting broken, so some kind of move down here, I think it's gonna happen. After that, whether we're gonna, you know, go lower or go higher, that depends to be seen. We need to see if we go down the downside. We need to see how we are, you know, reacting to the support level. Are there a lot of bulls coming in or not? So this move up here, you can still see, like, you know, 4% move towards downside on Bitcoin, maybe even on a daily time frame. I mean, this can definitely happen. Another, you know, 4% move towards downside down here, this line. And then, you know, the question is, will there be, if we do that on the day, the question becomes, will there be divergence on the chart, and you know, will it pump us towards the upside, or will we, you know, come down here without any kind of divergence and, you know, just move towards downside. Let me see up here. Yeah, over here there is no divergence whatsoever, so this is actually playing nicely. And up here there is also no divergence on the top up here, so this is just consolidating right now. This is just consolidating. We got a, you know, some kind of change in momentum up here on the daily time frame, so that might help us a little bit. But it's gonna be interesting to see if this move towards downside down here does create a divergence or not. Because if it does create some kind of divergence up here, it might just be the case that we are gonna, you know, bounce off of that and go towards the upside. But right now, in the small time frames, I think I'm a little bit more bearish than bullish. I think you know, I'm looking more for more you know, downside right now, that we are breaking the trend up here. We are still hit, you know, we hit up here the resistance a couple of times, you know, hoping that this is just gonna, for whatever reason, bounce towards the upside. I think it's a little bit too much hopium for that, so I think we need to go a little bit more down first before we try you know, breaking towards the upside, or we fail and go towards the downside. So that's, you know, pretty, you know, that's short term. I think that's gonna take a day or two or something like that, give or take. I think 1 day or something like that. We're gonna see, are we gonna dump 4% down or today, or are we gonna dump 2% down today and 2% down tomorrow? Depends to be seen. But I think right now in the short term, this is more than likely. When it comes to the, you know, daily time frames and stuff like that, it doesn't look all that bad. Even if we do dump down here and continue dumping, it doesn't look all that bad, because we are getting, you know, extended from certain levels. Now we have been consolidating up here, so these levels are taking us again, but it doesn't look all that bad just yet, right? Also, this move toward downside is not recovering just yet. We said, you know, on the weekly time frame we need to, you know, pump for whatever reason, but, you know, the pump is not coming. So, you know, we're gonna give it 2 more weeks up here to see if this actually has any kind of power to, you know, push through towards the upside. But if you see some kind of bleeding, you know, again towards the downside, you know, I don't know. Can we go down to 10K? It's not impossible, guys. It's not impossible. 10K right now, it's only 40% down. It's only 14% down. I mean, up here it was a lot more down, of course. Up here it was, you know, another 50% down, but right now it's only 38% down. So we're getting closer to the 10K level. So maybe, you know, optical art, you know, all the bears in the chat, everybody, you know, screaming, you know, 10K, maybe they're gonna be right. Maybe they're gonna be right. So we're gonna see that. So, you know, I'm not leaving that off the table just yet, even though we did a break, you know, even though we broke through the very important level of support. So this looks more likely to, you know, continue on the downside, because, you know, it is, you know, big failure, a big move towards downside without any kind of recovery up here. So, you know, recovery needs to come. If recovery doesn't come around this area up here, and, you know, it might actually be very bad. The problem on the move towards downside, I don't, you know, nobody would care if this did this move down here. Let's say we go down to 2K5 in next 2 weeks or something like that, and just recover. Like, nobody would care. Nobody would care. What people do care about is when you go down here and then you start doing this. You know, this is the worst. Like over here, you do this and then you go down here. Then, you know, big dump with recovery, nobody cares. You know, 2 weeks later you're back where you started. So there is that. DXY still hitting this. Let's go to the daily time frame. You can see here it's still dumping, you know, towards downside, but it's coming into our, you know, support area down here. There are a lot of lines, but I would say, you know, this right now we're not gonna be that precise, but we're just gonna say this zone down here is gonna act as some kind of a support zone. So whichever line of these are gonna hold the price, that kind of depends, but I think it's gonna have a bounce sooner than later, because this is quite a big move from the top towards downside. I mean, this dumped like 7% down. It's a big move. Doesn't matter how you look at it. Like if you look all of these other candles, like none of these moves are that big. Like this might have been, this is a 4% move, and it's an explosive move towards upside. 4% move, 4-5% move. Up here there was a big, you know, volatility. I think this is a bigger because you're going towards upside. Yeah, this is 8% move up here, but, you know, 7% move is huge, especially towards the downside. Huge move towards the downside. So very bearish move, good for us, I think, but, you know, right now it's not very correlating with Bitcoin, unfortunately. So there is that. But yeah, it is going down. It is coming to this support area on the downside. 200 moving average down here. Weekly time frame. We got a 50 moving average all the way down here on the weekly time frame, which I consider a lot more important. But you can see down here, this first bottom down here, it's already hitting that. So whichever of these levels it's gonna bounce from, I'm a little bit unsure. But I'm betting that bounce is gonna come before the actual bigger drop. Like over here, it might actually go all the way down here before the bounce, but I don't think we're gonna break everything towards downside below 100 or something like that without any kind of decent bounce. I might be wrong. I've been wrong before, as you know, I've been wrong before. But just looking at the chart right now, I would assume that some kind of bounce is gonna come. Right now, RSI on the daily is down at 33. On the weekly time frame, it's all the way down at 45. So it can definitely hit some kind of levels down here and bounce. So there is that. Stock market still, going up a little bit. This on the weekly time frame, you'll see here that, Dow Jones is, no, this Nasdaq right now hitting this 20 moving average, not above that. So it's hitting some kind of resistance right now up here. The Dow Jones is actually above everything. So you can see here on the weekly time frame, it is above everything. Let me just clean up everything up here. You'll see it's above all of the moving averages up here. Is it above this high up here as well? Yeah, it made also a higher high as well on the chart. Did it do it without the divergence? Yeah, it did it without the divergence. So Dow Jones actually looks very good. And it just broke everything. Doesn't matter how you draw the line or something like that. Like it broke everything towards the upside. Retested. So Dow Jones looks good. Nasdaq looks like he's hitting resistance. And S&P still hasn't broken the resistance towards the upside, but it has this bullish engulfing candle above 10-20 moving average, and it is keeping momentum towards the upside. So I would say stocks are doing fine so far. Maybe a pullback. I mean, after this big rally towards the upside up here, this was 20% move towards the upside. So maybe just a second, guys. So maybe, just maybe, there will come some big, some kind of consolidation or some kind of pullback up here, while the dollar goes towards upside up here. So dollar up, stock market down, and since Bitcoin is not correlated right now with the dollar and stock market, maybe, just maybe Bitcoin will go towards the upside. So there is that. But short term right now for today, this is what I'm looking at right now. This wrong chart, this is the different chart, this is another chart. Let's go back to this chart over here. It doesn't really matter. There was other level 18 up here as well that we need to break, but we are not quite there yet. So these are right now, these are the levels just like from yesterday. These are the same levels that we need to break. I think more probability is going inside this towards the pennant on the downside. Now this is pennant, guys. The way I see this over here is a pennant. It could become something like expanding way. Oh, look at it. I did not see the line. Did you see the line right now? Maybe something like this. Nah, this looks like a channel. Maybe it broke out of the channel. Yeah, it didn't hit it all the way down through. Maybe it's out of the channel. No, maybe it's expanding wedge up here. I don't know. There are different ways to draw this. Maybe Mladen can give us an opinion on what this is. Is it a channel? Is it an expanding musical instrument? What it is? It looks like some kind of channel-ish towards the downside. I don't know what to call it. Maybe this is the channel. There are options, guys. There are options. S&P can pull back to 39.03. $39.03. You probably got some kind of line over there, but yeah. But I think right now, up here, it does look good for continuation, but it did fail a couple of times. This is the first failure. This is the second failure up here. Right now, trying to go up here again. So it's kind of going into this some kind of expanding, musical instrument up here at the top. So maybe it's gonna do another move before it actually fails. So we're gonna see. Are we deep in the bear market? Good morning, peeps. Good morning, Dutch. Vanaleswa, yo legends, yo Vanas, how you doing, man? So that's what I got for you today. I don't think, you know, the big moves are coming today or anything like that, but we are seeing some kind of pullback maybe down here. Whether that's the triangle, up here, or a channel, it kind of depends. But you know, there's that. Maybe go down here and then, you know, towards upside, or down here and then down here and then towards upside, or down here and then, you know, more towards downside. How is it gonna play out? Place your bets, guys. Place your bets. Anyways, again, Mladen, congratulations with the baby. Enjoy. Help your wife. Again, rule number one. It's not rule. It's more like advice number one when you get a baby. You know, do everything for the wife. Like 3 kids. I know. Trust me. Besides that, I am on the tea wagon right now because, you know, the coffee is not actually good for me. Go figure. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. I don't actually have much left to do, much left to say. That's what's happening in Bitcoin. You know, enjoy your day. It's okay day. Maybe you should do something in your garden. You know, relax a little bit. Martin in the chat, in the TFN sub chat, told me yesterday that he has been dollar cost averaging on Cardano for 1 year right now. He had 1 year anniversary today, so he has been dollar averaging in Cardano for 1 year. So today is November up here. So last November, so he started buying somewhere up here, and all the way through towards the downside down here, he's been averaging dollar cost averaging, and he's right now, he's, you know, price is down here at 0.6, which is not that bad, not that bad. So, you know, dollar cost averaging, and the best thing he says is, you know, that he doesn't stress about, you know, he just, you know, buys a little bit every day, and he has some kind of, you know, average, and, you know, he lives happy. And I think that's one of the good ways to actually live, because the crypto can be very stressful, and if you buy everything at one moment, you know, you don't have a, you know, money later, you know, to dollar cost average. I'm a little bit against, you know, dollar cost averaging when you are during euphoria or denial or something like that. But when you come to these kind of levels, maybe, just maybe, dollar cost averaging into something over, you know, next, you know, 6 months, you're gonna get some kind of decent average, right? So there is that. Talking Cardano, nice. So there is that. There is that. Cardano has also been bleeding towards downside. He's gonna have this, you know, pump eventually. Maybe. We're gonna see that. I like Cardano too. We're gonna see how Cardano plays out. Don't buy coins, guys. Buy leaders, right? You don't just like you saw FTX. Like, if you knew who was running SBF and FTX and all the Alameda project, right? I don't think you would have been invested in those projects, you know, to start with, right? So you know, buy projects where you like the leader. If the leader is, you know, visionary, creative force of nature, intelligent, smart, you know, good looking. Those are the projects you should be investing in, because those kind of people, you know, they make stuff happen. So, you know, there is that. Only Dogecoin, ETH and Bitcoin, forget the rest. Never dollar cost average, is throwing money away. Leave me out of this. What? Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye.